According to an all-new datamined, we have info on the next Battlefield game's open beta, and what's important is the name Battlefield 6 is mentioned. So again, one more time, it is kind of confirmed that the next Battlefield game is going to be called Battlefield 6. But about an open beta, it's very interesting that they are planning something like that while the game is still in alpha, right? We're just entering alpha for the game. That's very interesting. We're also going to talk about a single player campaign mission that's been leaked. The info on that mission, the objectives are leaked. We're going to talk about that, read through that, and talk about that as well. About the campaign, we know that it's behind schedule. We know that it's one of the latest parts of the game that's not basically ready yet. It barely just got past gate 3. We're also going to talk about why they're not giving us a trailer. It's basically going to be a community update on what's going on with the next Battlefield game. So let's just get started. Let's get to the video and see what we've got here. So there's a user called DannyLuke400 who actually data mined a text here, as you can see. This says Battlefield 6 open beta, and it's in some sort of a code manner, probably somewhere in the data. And apparently they are actually having some placeholders for even the open beta. So a lot of people were actually confused about the open beta and Battlefield Labs being available all together, because some people actually believed that with Battlefield Labs being there, there's no meaning for open beta. But apparently they were completely wrong, because we also going to get a open beta. However, the dates on that is yet to be known. Probably it's going to be revealed with the reveal trailer, or maybe just a few days after it. But with the reveal trailer comes the pre-orders, and with pre-orders, people who pre-order probably get some sort of early access to the open beta. And then for a couple of days, everyone from all around the world will be able to play the game, which is probably the norm for every other AAA title, right? So again, we are going to get some sort of open beta soon, but when are we going to get it is still a huge question mark. However, there's a leak from Vanik. He's leaked an overview about one of the single-player missions in Gibraltar. So here's the overview, okay? Pax Armada forces have invaded Gibraltar. Your objective, take back the rock from enemy forces attempting to seize this strategic location. So there is a strategic location called the Rock, but that's interesting. I'm pretty sure they're not referring to Dwayne Johnson, but you know, the Rock is just a little bit confusing right there. Artillery has weakened Pax's defensive systems. Your team Dagger 1-3 is deployed to support NATO and British forces, including a British unit named Lancer. You land alongside Bravo elements to establish a beachhead, destroy floating mines to ensure all allied AAVs can safely reach the Gibraltar shoreline, advance by accessing Gibraltar's historic Great Siege tunnels through a path beneath street level, neutralize anti-air batteries by disabling their data link, allowing NATO air support to proceed. So it's some sort of infiltration mission apparently, disabling those AA systems so air support can get in, destroying some floating mines, those kind of stuff. Your team is going to be called Dagger 1-3, so we don't really know if Battlefield 6's storyline is going to stick to one group, or you're going to play as one person, or no, you're going to be just like Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, you're going to play as multiple people in multiple locations. We don't really know that, but apparently, at least in this mission, you have a team called Dagger 1-3, you're supporting NATO forces, and you're basically playing against Pax Armada. Maybe there are missions that we play as Pax Armada, nobody knows, but right now, these sort of information, in my opinion, are really interesting for the community because, well, DICE is radio silent, you know. We can't really do anything about that. We can't know for sure what's going on with the game, but at least leaks like this kind of get the community going, right? But about the single player campaign, well, we had an article a few days ago. If you haven't seen that video, that will pop up on the top right corner right now. You can go ahead and check that out as well. But that article actually claims, based on what some of the developers actually told them, that the single player campaign is far behind schedule. And right now they have something like 6 hours of unpolished single player campaign with so many issues and so much problems that they believe that they can't actually make it to launch unless they just completely try hard and start burning those developers for the summer so they can probably, you know, get it together, make sure it releases with the main game. Some people said that they don't really want a single player campaign and they really don't care if the game actually releases without one. But like it or not, single player campaigns have always been a part of Battlefield games. Not always, but most of the times they've been there, and we have some interesting campaigns. We have Battlefield Bad Company 2's campaign, we have Battlefield 3, which was a very beautiful campaign in my opinion. And we have Battlefield 4's campaign. It wasn't really that good, but you know, it was better than nothing. And Battlefield 5, missions like The Last Tiger were so iconic. So what I mean by that is that Battlefield has the potential to also give you beautiful campaigns alongside like those large-scale multiplayers. And there's some sort of potential to that they don't really want to ignore. Based on the article, single player is the second priority to EA and to all of the developers. So it comes even before the free-to-play Battle Royale. So there has to be some sort of importance and there has to be some sort of big role that this campaign is playing. And in my opinion, that's really true because in today's day and age, games are actually starting to shift towards multiplayer. You don't really come across quality campaigns. Apparently, we're not going to get a quality campaign for the next Battlefield game because, well, a campaign that's way behind schedule, that hasn't really crossed Gate 3, is not going to be some sort of quality campaign, like it or not. But they have to deliver something. So saying that you don't want a campaign, you don't really care about it, isn't something smart in my opinion, because if the single player campaign is so far behind schedule, that tells us something about the development of other parts of the game, including the multiplayer part that everybody actually cares about. So you have to look at it as a single package. Okay, there's a package and there are different parts to this package. If a part is lacking, that shows that the development level of other parts isn't going to be something really better. It's going to be something parallel to that. So that's what the real issue is. And the community is actually craving a reveal trailer, and at this point, I really understand where they come from. I'm not really excited about any reveal because we've seen a lot about the game that we essentially don't even need a reveal trailer. We just need a date to know when the game's going to come out, and even that's going to be risky looking at the situation that Battlefield is going through right now. But the trailer, in my opinion, isn't going to be delayed anywhere further than July. In my opinion, this is the month that we're going to get the trailer in. However, in my opinion, they shouldn't really give us some sort of exact date for the release. The way it's going, this game is not going to be ready in 2025 unless they actually start burning people out, unless they actually start going full speed down the line, which is again something really hard to do given the fact that every single part of the game is essentially behind schedule. I personally have no problem with delays because I can't stand another release just like 2042. 2042 was ridiculous. Nobody really wants a release like that, and we want a game that is literally just playable. We want a game that's polished, that's complete, and that's in its real form. We don't want something unfinished. And because of that, the delays mean nothing. They need the delays to actually give us a polished game. And I don't have a problem making content on Battlefield 2042 for another 2 or 3 months when I'm actually getting a polished, complete game in return. So that's my opinion. But do make sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think the trailer's dropping this month or it's going to be delayed even further. Let me know if you guys actually agree with delays, or you guys want the next Battlefield game so bad that you actually can deal with a game that's unpolished with bugs just like 2042. Okay, from what I've seen so far, people are actually wanting delays more than they want a Battlefield game that's incomplete. From what I've seen on Reddit and on other social media, that's the signal I'm getting, but I just really want to know what you guys think as well. So this was some sort of an update on what's going on in the community when it comes to the next Battlefield game. Hope you guys enjoyed and hope this video was informative somehow. And thank you all guys for watching. Until next time, guys, stay cool.